All right, so I saw this video yesterday, and the title of it was Europe is asking Africa for some of their oil. So I was reading the book of Joel, but then I decided to ask the Father what he wanted me to read. And Matthew 25 came to mind, so I started reading it. So let me share this with you guys. Matthew 25, "Then the reign of the heavens shall be compared to 10 maidens who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. Those who were foolish, having taken their lamps, took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their containers with their lamps. Now while the bridegroom took time, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight a cry was heard, 'See, the bridegroom is coming. Go out to meet him.' Then all the maidens rose up and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, 'Give us your oil, because our lamps are going out.'" So this was basically a sign, which I knew like when I saw it yesterday, it was pertaining to this. But, this is the Father's confirmation concerning these things. Europe is running out of oil because they have spent so long being oppressors, being selfish, taking from others people, enslaving other people. And don't get me wrong, there's nations around the world who have done the same thing, but the level in which Europe has done it, basically ruling this whole world for a very long time, at some point, these things have to fall upon their head. And so this is Europe asking Africa, who is still a mostly spiritual continent. Many Christians are there, many Hebrews are there. They are asking them for their oil. Not too long ago, they ended up finding all this gold. I think it was either Uganda or Ghana. I want to say it was Uganda, but I'm not sure. And so Africa is sitting on all these amazing riches. And it's like those things will be handed over to them as soon as they decide to be obedient to the Father. And so what's going on now is like China's trying to come over and build infrastructure. Oh, we'll give you money to build infrastructure. All these black people are condoning it because they basically don't understand that China is going to take over if they were to come over. I mean, this is the deception. Oh, we're your friends. Like these Chinese people. Oh, we're your brothers. We love you. And it's like, I mean, I've heard crazy stories of black people going to China and then absolutely disrespecting them and being racist toward them, even though Chinese actually have African blood. So now they're switching it up because they want what Africa has. Their land is actually going desolate because the same reason, they spent so long oppressing their own people. All this commercialism, all these things come out of China, aside from Mexico type deal. And so, they're trying to get there while the getting is good before America does its thing and tries to get over to Africa or whatever the deal is. So the only way out of this is for Africans to basically just stick with the Most High. I mean, He is the protection. He's the guard. If people do not stick with the Most High, they are going to be sent into slavery. They are going to become corrupt. All sorts of crazy things. Their land's going to be desolate. And that's actually why a lot of the land of Africa is desolate, because their refusal to repent. But also, a lot of the land is very fertile in Africa. There's tons of vegetation. There's tons of animals. There's tons of people. And so, the thing of the matter is you just have to learn how to respect the Most High and respect what He's given to you, and not fall for the tactics of these people. But yeah, definitely worth a read. I'll continue reading. But the wise answered, saying, "No, indeed, there would not be enough oil for us and for you. Instead, go to those who sell and buy for yourself." So Africa actually told Europe, no, like you can't have our oil. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. And later the other maidens also came, saying, "Master, Master, open up for us." But he answered and said, "Truly I say to you, I do not know you." So that kind of reminds me of the time that Joseph was in Egypt and that the famine was happening. And the only way for the Egyptians to survive the famine is if they were to go to Joseph. So it's like they're telling you, go to those who sell. We don't have enough, that kind of deal. And so go to those who sell, go to the Father. He definitely sells all sorts of oil so that you can, keep your machine going. So, yeah, very interesting going on right now.